If you are attracted to Asian women and you're a man because you think that they are submissive or they are hairless or they are small or childlike, that is a fetish.
Says anything, who's always agreeable, who listens, you gain nothing from
Feminine.
that. You have a mouth, use it.
She said that I was the person that got her out of her depression and got her outside. And then the moment that she realized she had to do that for me, she couldn't, and so she left me.
Can I get a hand? Can I get a 360?
But I'ma say it. Okay, the biggest thing you can do, the biggest L you could take is fumbling your man while he's trying to get his shit together. I'm not talking about a bum ass nigga, okay? I'm not talking about one of them. I'm talking about a man who genuinely has a plan, who knows where he's going, okay? He might not have it all together, but he's on his way there, okay? And the worst thing you could do as a woman is fumble that shit, okay? Yeah, I know. Oh, it's a give and take holding the man down because there's no guarantee that he'll still be there once he get on his feet or get to where he wants to be at. That's why you have to go for character, okay? Choose your man with a good character. Fuck how they look. Fuck how much money they got. You better get you a nigga with some character. Cause hear me out. Y'all be quick to hold a nigga down while he in jail. Like niggas be locked up 8-9 months. Oh babe, I ain't going nowhere. This pussy yours. This shit don't lie. Daughter this, daughter that. Can't nobody fuck with me. Let a man try to get his shit together. You ain't paying my bills. You ain't doing this. I can't fuck with you. Like yo, you gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles and choose wisely. Okay. Get a man with some good character, and you ain't got to worry about it. You'll be set for life. You don't have nothing lock in with that man. If he doing what he supposed to do, lock in. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm just a messenger. I don't know.
She's right, and she's coming from from the hood. You can tell by the hairdo. Sorry to point that out, but everybody can tell. And she knows there's girls around her that choose like that. She probably chose like that in the past. Every girl grows up, they're young, dumb, thinking, I need a man to provide everything. And that's not going to get it done. What is that going to last? Say if you're dealing with a drug dealer scammer, what happens when he gets caught? Because he's definitely getting caught, right? And when is that? How long are you talking to him? Maybe a year, maybe 2 tops. And most of them are not looking at a relationship that long anyway, so they wouldn't care. But what happens that doesn't happen? You have a baby, now you're stuck. Think wisely, ladies. This lady's right. Think wisely.
사인 너무 좋아요. You are so pretty. Can I get a 360?
Oh,
너무 예뻐요. 너무 예뻐요. hey, 안녕하세요. Okay, nice. Hey, so can I get a 360? Wow, nice.
you see this? My man, they spinning around with no hesitation. They happy to see him. And you can tell from the way they smiling, they all want a black man. Seriously. Plus, he's speaking the language. That's one thing I do know. You go over there speaking a language, even if you don't. A lot of them do understand English, especially if you're in a major town. But look, my man is locking it down. Let's see where he goes.
소주 안 비싸, 맞아? 소주 안 비싸. 소주 안 비싸.
비싸?
안 비싸. 그거
클럽 가야겠죠. 오늘은 클럽에서 엄청 재미게 나온 건가요?
맞지. 아, 나도 홍대에서
아마 괜찮은 것 같아요.
아, 그래. 근데 그 인스타그램 있어요?
이제 당연하죠.
오케이, 그래.
Look, got the number without hesitation. Oh man. Got the phone number. He's just smiling. He's acting like it ain't nothing but a thing because it's not. Because where he's showing also where guys don't mind doing this at overseas, right? You see how friendly she is, open, welcome. You see how the other girls were open, welcome, that wouldn't work in the US. It would in certain cases, but you got to push, pull, you got to push harder. This here, all it took was him smiling. You see, smiling the whole time. And also, he speaks the language. That's a good thing. But even if he didn't, I'm sure they'll understand if you just said Instagram and talking to her, you probably could have finagled that. Maybe not, but if you learn the language, that will help. But still, this is the difference.
Instagram bro, hey, yo.
It's the OOH.
Locked it down. No problems. Check out this next dude here. He's going in. He's a passport bro and being hard on him. Real hard on American women. I'm not this vicious, but I get it. I understand. Hear him out.
Foreign girls are better than American girls in every way, shape, and form. I'll tell you why. Forget this entire country. United States, there are no bitches here for you. You need to go outside this country and you need to take your US passport with you to anywhere in the world, preferably Europe, Eastern Europe, anywhere like that. And you need to go find yourself a beautiful European wife.
You always rave about European chicks. What about them makes them stand out compared to these chicks here?
Oh, forget European chicks. I'm talking anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere outside of Western culture.
You think U.S. chicks
Not
are just
anywhere,
like
though.
bottom the
But yeah.
barrel, just like
Bro.
don't even bother?
Don't even get me started with this.
Ah, I'm getting you
No,
started.
no,
I'm
no,
revving you
no.
up.
Don't even get me started with this topic. Foreign girls are better than Western girls in every way, shape, and form.
What a man walks, isn't that what a man wants? Isn't it already hard for a man to approach a woman? So I'm sure my man here, I'm gonna be real. Girls probably saw him as awkward. Let's keep it a buck. They did. They probably said, "Oh, who's this loser trying to talk to me?" You know how they do. Vicious. We saw an example just now with the man in Korea. So he's going to Eastern Europe, which the same thing, no matter where you land. Of course, you don't want to land like some people will go over to UK. You still probably could have a time in UK. Nowhere near like in Eastern Europe or in Korea. And I got to visit Korea actually. I'm going to visit Japan this January, but pretty soon I think I need to visit Korea as well, not too far after, because look, if I'm telling other guys to go there, I need to go, right? I'm going with my wife. Of course I can't do what you guys can do, but I'm going. We both going.
Feel while it's happening.
There is nothing we would love more than to be able to do that. But have women ever
Men ever thought about telling you how they feel while it's happening?
There is nothing we would love more than to be able to do that. But have women ever realized how they respond to men when that happens? Let me show you a prime example.
What is the most painful thing anyone has ever said to you?
It was definitely what my ex said after we had our closure moment. She said that I was the person that got her out of her depression and got her outside. And then the moment that she realized she had to do that for me, she couldn't, and so she left me.
You can't make this up.
I was in a very dark place. I had a lot of people dying at that time.
The moment this man opened up to her and explained to her how he was struggling because he was having deaths in his family, and how now the same way that he helped her get through her mess, he was in need of her to help him work through his. And she showed him why he should have never done that. For any of the ladies watching, you think this is a one-off? Go ahead and read the comments of this video. Any of the men who have experienced anything like this, please tell us about it. If your man is not opening up to you, it's because you have taught him it's not safe to. I know this is very hard for some ladies to comprehend, but maybe you should take some accountability in this one. Show some empathy for a man when he's struggling, instead of weaponizing it against him.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why guys feel like that white guy who said the woman in the West are trash. I gotta tell the truth. Not all of them think like that, but a large handful. And if the U.S. was a handful, it would be 2 fingers. Were not 3 fingers were. That's not good odds. That's still most. Guys don't want to deal with those odds, and guys are not. So a lot of guys I know are choosing to leave.
When we not even fucking. When we not even. When we not even fucking. When we not even.
One thing's for sure,
Wow.
2 things for certain. You ain't gotta like or agree with me. As long as you know that I said what I said and I meant it. And with that being said, you bitches would do anything and everything except leave. Y'all really be thinking this domestic violence cute until he turn around and really beat your ass, and then you calling your brothers and cousins and No, sis. As soon as you hit him, that let him know that you want to fight. I mean, if he hit you first, wear his ass out. Pick up the couch and beat the hell out on with it, baby. I don't care. But beating on a man because he cheating? Come on now. Because guess what he's still gonna do?
Yeah,
Cheat.
sure is.
And he gonna walk in the crib every time like, hey, mama, a time was had. I mean, if you're not gonna leave, cheat back. And if you don't want to do that, sit the down, shut the up, and let that man cheat in peace.
I don't know about that. Just leave him. Why do we have to inflict violence, especially as a lady? Think about this. Like, I've saw the most recent case where a woman, she was medium sized. I would say like around 170 pounds. And the man looked like he was lighter. You know, that happens a lot. But the thing that she thought, because he looked slim, they have to understand a man's strength. And that's what she's explaining. And he's just going to cheat anyway. But if you hit a guy or hit him the right way, he's welling off. And then you're going to call the cops. Say if she doesn't have brothers, she's calling the cops. Only thing that's going to happen is going to cheat anyway. That's why he was sitting there, taking his punches like a man, saying, I'm just going to cheat. That was good. It was good. Let me take these punches, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. That's exactly what he was thinking. It was worth it. That coochie was worth getting these punches in the face. Ladies, you got to understand, some woman is like, they put it on you, and he's like, I'll take this punch. He's going to say the same thing again. Now, what are you going to do? Beat him up every time? You can't beat a man into submission. He's a man.
No, you can't do it. I've gotten into Krav Maga, and it's based off of defending yourself in real world events. I love about it the fact that I know if someone came and attacked me, that I could likely handle myself.
Hold on, how much do you weigh?
Like 100 pounds.
When you say you could handle somebody who, like, you're talking about like a woman.
I can pick up a 180-pound man and throw him on his back. Yeah. I swear to you. Take a knife from a guy, I can take a gun from a guy.
Let's try it. I'm not. Here's the proposal. He's giving you the best position. You have him in a rear naked choke. You have his back. You have his neck. Do you think you'll be able to escape from your chokehold?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't done this kind before, but I'm gonna try to get the leverage.
It's a man.
No, you can't do it.
You're too little. Man. That Krav Maga, she should get her money back. I bet you she paid top dollar for those classes. For what? You jump on a man like that. The man picked her up, I think, with one hand. He pushed her off. She fell on the floor. Like, that's not working. What did she say, 100 pounds? seriously hurt. Seriously, if a man wants to take what he wants, he's taking it from you. Get your money back.
So I've been hearing this conversation about I wasn't attracted to my significant other when I first met them or when I first seen them. And of course, I want to give my 2 cents on that conversation because as a mom of 9 who's still happily married after 15 years, I think I know a thing or two. Now, let me just first say, I cannot relate. My man was my type. Like, as soon as I seen him in the parking lot, I was like, look at my baby daddy. Like, it was done. The plan was in motion. I'm not going to even tell y'all how I went home and changed my clothes before I went in that store because I just knew that this man was going to be my husband. But let me tell you how my husband's attraction to me healed my childhood traumas. Now, I'm going to be 100% when I say this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. Y'all know in our community, dark skin, baby, we are African booty scratchers. We are everything in a book. And kids are mean. But aside from that, I would always ask men this question. Like, if you could go I don't know why this was always the question I had, but if you can go anywhere on earth, where would you go to find your wife? And of course, in our community, you always get Colombia. I'll go to Puerto Rico. I'll go to anywhere except right where we were at. My husband was the first man who I asked this question, and his response was, I'm going to Africa, baby. Matter of fact, let's not go to Africa because it's just too much. It's just too much going on. Like, that's how attracted to me my man is. Not only that, when we're in the middle of an argument, the attraction is what, baby, because I can't stay mad at my man because when I look at him, like, why are you this fine? Like, I can't even look at him when I'm trying to stay mad because as soon as I see him, the argument is over. That's why we got 9 kids. Now, again, I don't know these people's situations, so I'm just speaking from my point of view. And my point of view is, I hope that love never find me.
Being a easygoing or likable, or I don't want people to think that I'm a difficult woman. You gain nothing from doing that. You gain nothing from being.
See, she's about to say being mad. Same thing, right? She comes across feminine right now. Let her finish. Watch how feminine she is from her talking. Watch this.
A woman who never says anything, who's always agreeable, who listens. You gain nothing from feminine. That. You have a mouth. Use it.
I wonder why they left.
If you want something, ask for. You gain nothing by saying, oh, I don't want to ask for nothing. I don't want to seem like I'm being this, blah, blah. You gain nothing from doing that. You can be humble. You can have grace. You cannot over ask. You cannot do things like that. But you gain nothing by trying to put on a persona that
makes a little bit of sense.
Anything. You gain nothing by trying to say, oh, I'm not like other women. I don't want to be difficult. Oh, I just let people vibe. I'm not like other girls. Open your mouth. You gain nothing by sitting there silent and just letting people do whatever. Nothing. You gain disrespect. That's literally the only thing that you gain is disrespect. What do you know?
Well, it depends. There's a fine line with that. Of course, you don't want anybody to walk all over you. But a lot of times, you should be quiet. You should be soft. You should be gentle. You should not want to ask for so much. You know what that gets you? If you're dealing with the right man, that can possibly get you a husband. Seriously, because even though the marriage rates are where they are right now in the U.S., people are still getting married every day. So what's going on? What are they doing? I'm sure some guys are marrying some nightmares, but a lot of guys are marrying gentle women who are like she's explaining. So you have to find a happy medium. Don't be a pushover, but remain feminine. Guys are not trying to steer you wrong. When you hear guys say, oh, she's masculine, there's a reason. You don't want to play with the fine lines, but as she's explaining, she was sort of right, though. Keep it feminine, be gentle, but don't go over the line.
624% of men are more likely to leave their partner, leave their wife if she becomes terminally ill, whereas women overwhelmingly stay. That was the statistic that was said on the Diary of Ace O's podcast, right? Where these two men discussed why is it that men are so more likely to leave when their wife or their partner, female, becomes ill. The podcast gave numbers, right? So in the event that the husband, the man, should fall ill and it's the wife that is the caretaker, there's actually a 2.9 separation rate, right? So 2.9% of women, wives, would actually leave their husband. Now, when the roles are reversed, right, and it is the woman who falls ill and the husband has to be the caretaker, there is a 21% separation rate. 21% separation rate. Now, if you were to present this question to a group of women, we would let you know that we already know this. We already know this. Even if we didn't experience this, we knew this because our grandmothers, our aunts, our mothers, almost every woman in our lives have warned us of this. They told us this, right? We may have not known the statistics. We may have not had the numbers, but we knew this. And if you were to ask those women into depth, why do you think that is? They let you know that, we just believe, or they believe, that men can't really function outside of a marriage, especially after they've already entered it. See, marriage benefits men to the detriment of women. You understand? They get more out of it. When the woman now can't be a wife, basically cannot continue on with her role in this marriage, he's quick to want to replace her. He's quick to want to replace her. But see, the men in this podcast actually interviewed a couple of men, and they got the answer, which was they lose attraction due to the lack of emotional and physical connection or intimacy. They lose attraction and they just leave. They leave. Mind you, she's fighting for her life. She's fighting for her life. And because you can't get any because she's fighting for her life, you leave her. You leave her. And now you guys wonder why less women are getting married. Now you wonder why more and more women are starting to feel like being with men is a humiliation ritual. Why the hell would I sign up for that? Why would I sign up for that?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
The statistics show that me as a woman, if I were your caretaker, I'm rocking with you until the wheels fall off. You now, because you can't get no nookie, you're gonna leave me. That's crazy. But you know what? I commend those men for being honest and telling the truth. Because you are no longer getting that emotional or physical intimacy, you lose attraction and you don't want to be there anymore. I thank you. I thank you for being honest. I really do. And now, women, do what you will with that information.
Preference and a fetish, I'm going to break it down for you right now. For instance, if you are attracted to Asian women and you're a man because you think that they are submissive or they are hairless or they are small or childlike, that is a fetish because you are literally looking at their body.
No, it's not. It's a preference. It's not a fetish. If a man looks at a woman and says, oh yeah, she's hairless, she's all of this, I like that. So he's supposed to like you because you fat? Like, seriously. Oh, let me not forget that. Let me choose that fat masculine woman. Crazy.
As an object for the stereotype about that race, that is why you are attracted to them. Because ultimately that's about power. Another one is if you're a white woman and you only date black men because you think that they have bigger. You show no interest in their culture, their life, their family, etc. You only want to use them as sort of a token for people to think that you are different because you are dating a black person, not because you actually care about the person you're dating. Do you see the difference here? One is rooted in power and one is rooted in genuine attraction and support and care. I already don't understand only finding one race or physical type attractive because there are so many beautiful people in this world, but there is a difference between having a preference for how people look and having a fetish.
No. I think what she explained, it was different. Like a man looking at an Asian woman saying she's hairless. I would rather, that's not true, by the way. You found all kinds of Asian women. But if a man is saying that, that's what he prefers. Every man prefers a woman that's hairless. You think a man wants a woman walking around like a French lady? But if a woman says, I like black men because they got big slongs, that's a little off. That's what she prefers. But it has nothing to do with racism at the end of the day. I think women saying that it's making the wrong choices, but it's what they want. And I'm not here to knock anybody for what they want. You can't provide it for them, so be it. But yeah, guys, other than that, thank you for watching. See you next video.
This is the way.
Passport, bro. Passport. No.
Answers come.